everyone, I'm Parul Gupta. I'm an assistant professor in CSE AI/ML department in Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. In this video, I'm going to start a course on machine learning in which I'll cover from basics of machine learning to end of the machine learning. And today this is the first lecture on introduction to machine learning, in which I'll cover these topics like what is machine learning, why do we need the machine learning, and what is the process of machine learning, applications of machine learning, and advantages and disadvantages of machine learning. So what is machine learning? Basically, as we human, we can learn everything automatically through our past experience. Exactly in the same way, machines are also learning with the past data through the machine learning. So basically, what is going on machine learning? With the help of data, the machine learning algorithms makes the mathematical model, and that model helps us to predict or to make the decisions without explicit programming. So machine learning basically involves a lot of algorithms and data to automatically analyze the situation and make the decision by itself without the human intervention. Basically, in machine learning, computer performs the task on their own by their previous experiences. Okay, so machine learning generates the intelligence by their experiences, and to train the machine learning model, we need a huge requirement of data. We need a lot of data to train our model. So that is basically the idea behind the machine learning. So basically, the demand of machine learning is increasing day by day, and the reason behind is that the machine learning is capable to do the complex tasks too easily rather than the human beings. So it is expected that machine learning is replaced 25% of jobs across the world in next 10 years. And to train the machine learning model, we need a huge requirement of data, and today the data is everywhere the data is generated. So to the rapid growth, because the rapid growth of big data and the availability of programming tools like Python and R, we need the machine learning to use. And the machine learning models are very highly automated, and they are self-modifying too. And the machine learning applications are continue to improve over time with minimal human intervention. That is why in today's scenario, we need the machine learning. So machine learning as a process. So in this process, 5 steps are involved. The first one is define the objectives, then data preparation, then model building, model evaluation, and finally the last step is model deployment. So in define objectives, first we have to define our goal and our achievements, what we want to achieve in that. Like in an e-commerce website, we have a employee data and a customer data, but we are interested only in the customer data because we want to know the purchasing power of that customer. So for that, our goal should be defined. So this is the defining objectives. So why do we need the normalization? So in normalization, whenever we have to make a model for machine learning, so we have a different columns. So suppose I am taking the customer data. So in customer data, we have the customer's age, and we have the order purchased, how many amount he has spent on that purchase. So obviously the age will be in between, suppose 10 to 70 years of age, and the purchased, whatever the money he has spent, that money value will be suppose 1,000 rupees to 3,000 rupees. Okay, so this range is very different. Like this is 0 to 10 to 70, and this is 1,000 to 3,000. So to make all the columns, all the features in a same level, we do need the normalization of the data. Now the second step is transformation. So we have a order quantity and we have a order price, and we are interested that how many amount has been spent by a particular customer on that order. So for that, we need to multiply the order quantity and the order price so that we can get the total money spent on that particular order. So these kind of transformation is done in the transformation process. And so sometimes it happens that whenever the data is entered by a person, then there is a chance to get that data is not correct and data is missed on that column. So for that, we need to take care of the missing values, because with that blank rows we cannot make an accurate model. And now the outliers. So what are the outliers? The outliers are those data points who do not follow the general behavior of the overall data. So those 4 steps we have to take care in the data preparation part. Now the next process is model building. In the model building part, first we have to split our data. So major portion of the data we will take for the training purpose, and the minor portion we take for the testing purpose. So in that data splitting part, we just split the data for the training and testing purpose. Then we do some feature engineering work. Then we estimate the performance of that model, and after that we just evaluate and we select the model. Then the model evaluation process. In the model evaluation process, we have already selected the model. Then first we need to study the accuracy of that model. If the accuracy is good and it is in the acceptable range, then we accept that model. Otherwise, we have to search a different method. So after selecting the model, if the accuracy is in our range, then we compare the 2 models' accuracy. So what is our naive approach and what was the previous system? Whose accuracy is better, we will take that one only. And then in my model evaluation part only, we have to analyze the results, that it is giving the solution of my problem or not. If it is giving the solution of my problem, then we will take that model and we will proceed for the model deployment. Otherwise, again we have to go back to the data preparation part, then model building, then again the model evaluation part. So applications of machine learning, we all are using the applications of machine learning in our day-to-day life, like automatic language translation is there, medical diagnosis, in stock market trading, in online fraud detection, virtual personal assistant, email spam filtering, in self-driving cars, in product recommendations, in traffic predictions, and in speech recognition and image recognition also. So we'll discuss one by one these applications in our day-to-day life, and we all are using this. So in automatic language translations, so when we visit some place, we do not know the language there also. So nowadays it is not a problem. What we can do is we just convert the text into our known languages, like Google Translation is doing for this for us. Now we are using medical diagnosis also. The machine learning is using in medical diagnosis also. Machine learning is used to diagnose the diseases, like brain lesions, what is the location of that brain lesions in our brain. So in that cases, machine learning is proved very useful in the medical diagnosis also. In a stock market trading, we all know that there is a very high risk of ups and downs in the shares. So for that, to predict the trend of stock market, we use the machine learning, and for that we are using the LSTM neural network services. Now the next is online fraud detection. So whenever we do a online transaction, we want that this transaction should be safe and secure, and machine learning is doing for us that by detecting the fraud detection, and it is done by the feed forward neural network. And the virtual personal assistant, we all are using this virtual personal assistant like Google Assistant, Siri, Cortana, Alexa. We all are using these virtual personal assistant. They do on our voice, like they can read the mails, they can read the books, they can play the songs, like that. Now the next is email spam filtering. So whenever we receive an email, automatically that email get filtered into 3 folders, like normal filter, important filter, and a spam filter. The next is product recommendation. So all the e-commerce websites and entertainment websites, they all are using the product recommendations. Like whenever we go to the Amazon, we search for a product, and the Amazon is sending the advertisement on similar kind of products. So that way the e-commerce website and entertainment websites are using these product recommendations. Now the traffic predictions. So we all are using the Google Maps to go to the new place, and Google Maps are helping us to find out the shortest route and the correct route, and they are also predicting the traffic congestion on that. Now the speech recognition. In Google, whenever we go, it is giving the suggestion search by voice. So this search by voice is basically come under the speech recognition. The last one but not the least, image recognition. This is the very common use of machine learning, in which we can say this is the best example of this image recognition is automatic friend tagging suggestions. Now, these are the common applications of machine learning that we are using in day-to-day life. Now, next is the advantages of machine learning. So, machine learning is very fast, accurate and efficient, and it gives automation to most of the applications, and it has a wide range of real life application as we already discussed in the previous slide. It has enhanced cyber security and spam detection, and no human intervention is needed. And it is able to handle the multi-dimensional data. So now, disadvantages of machine learning. So it is very difficult to identify and rectify the errors once the model has been prepared. So the next disadvantage in machine learning is data acquisition. So what is data acquisition? First of all, we should understand this. So what is data acquisition? To collect the data from the relevant sources before it is going to stored somewhere, that is called the data acquisition. And to acquire the data is the difficult thing in machine learning, and to train our model we need a huge amount of data. And the last, the interpretation of results requires more time and space in machine learning. So this was all about the machine learning. So this was all about introduction to machine learning. Today we discussed what is machine learning, why do we need machine learning, what is the process and applications of machine learning, and the advantages and disadvantages of machine learning. So in coming videos I am going to cover some important and advanced topics of machine learning. So for that, you please stay tuned to our channel. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.